If these words touched your heart, it's no coincidence. Perhaps this message was for you. Perhaps it's for someone you know. So keep your heart open and prepare to say yes when Allah places the right person in your path. And before you go, take a moment, subscribe, activate the bell, and share this video. Because the message that reached you today could be the answer someone else has been waiting for.
You've felt this heaviness before, haven't you? Not the kind that comes after a long day at work, nor the kind that weighs on your shoulders when you're shouldering too many responsibilities. Number. This one is different. It's a heaviness you can't see, a fatigue that can't be explained, an emptiness that can't be filled. You talk, you smile, you pretend everything's fine, but deep down, you know something is missing, as if your heart has drifted away from its source, as if you've lost an essential part of yourself. And sometimes you ask yourself, why do I feel this way? I have everything I need, I keep moving forward. But why does this feeling of lack persist? This lack, it's not a mistake. It's not a weakness. It's a sign. A subtle reminder that your heart was not created to be attached only to this world. Look around you. You can fill your life with distractions, projects, relationships, dreams, but none of that will quench that inner thirst. Because that thirst doesn't belong to the body. It belongs to your soul. And the soul is only quenched when it returns to the one who shaped it. Perhaps you've tried to fill that void with outings, friends, ambitions, pleasures. You may have sought it in money, in recognition, in success. But deep down, the silence remains. That little voice doesn't disappear. And then, a strange moment arrives. You don't expect it. You don't plan for it. You may be alone in your room, staring at the ceiling. You may be walking down the street, surrounded by a crowd. You may even be in the middle of laughter, surrounded by loved ones. And suddenly, a thought crosses your heart like a silent flash. What if I return to Allah? You think it's a fleeting thought. But it wasn't you who caused it. It was Him. It was Allah who places in your heart a breath, a light, a discreet call. A call that only those who have known emptiness truly recognize. Do you know why this moment is so precious? Because it proves that your heart, despite its wanderings, was never completely lost. It was only veiled, tired, distracted, but it never stopped beating with a deep longing, that of returning to its Creator. Understand this. Your return to Allah is not always a voluntary decision. Sometimes it is an invisible attraction, a gently tugging hand, a reminder you cannot ignore. As if your heart were saying, I can't go on being away from Him. I must return. And then, if you pay attention, you'll notice something. These thoughts often appear at the moments when you feel most broken, when you've failed, when people have disappointed you, when your plans have fallen apart. That's precisely when your heart receives this idea, this reminder, this divine signal. Why? Because Allah wants you to know it's not your success, nor your strength, nor your self-control that brings you back to Him. He chooses the moment. He opens the door. He decides when your heart is ready to return. And you feel it. You recognize it. It's no coincidence that you're hearing these words now. It's no coincidence that this video has reached you. Perhaps this is exactly the moment Allah has chosen for you. Think about it. How many times have you ignored this feeling? How many times have you pushed it away, telling yourself, I'll come back later, I have time, I'm not ready. But still, the reminder returns. You can bury it under layers of distractions, but it always resurfaces.
Because a heart shaped by Allah can never completely detach itself from Him. You can drift away. You can go astray. You can forget yourself. But He doesn't forget you. And His reminder always returns. So listen to that inner voice. Listen to that heaviness, that emptiness, that longing. Because they are not there to destroy you. They are there to guide you. They are here to remind you that your heart is already coming back. There are nights when you collapse without even knowing why. You lie in your bed, staring into the darkness. Everything is silent around you, but inside, it's chaos. You think about your mistakes, your shortcomings, your failures. You wonder if anyone truly understands what you feel. And sometimes, tears flow for no clear reason. Not because of physical pain, not because of a specific problem, but because your soul is crying out. Because your heart is carrying a weight you can no longer bear. Then come the days when you go through life like a ghost. You smile at others, you play your part, you answer, "I'm fine," when asked. But deep down, you feel invisible, useless, empty, as if you were present in this world, but absent from yourself. And it is precisely in these moments of extreme vulnerability that Allah's promise manifests itself. You will see your heart return when you need it most. Not before. Not when you believe yourself to be strong, autonomous, invincible. Not when you imagine you are in control of your life. Number. The return of the heart occurs when you have nothing else except Him. Sometimes everything has to collapse for you to finally look to the sky. Sometimes all doors have to close for you to realize there is only one left. The one that never closes. Perhaps you are living this exact moment. You have tried everything. You have given everything. You have carried more than you could. And now, you reach a point where your soul says to you, "I can't do it anymore." But understand, this "I can't do it anymore" is not a failure. It's a call. A reminder that you were never meant to carry everything alone. A reminder that your heart, despite all its wanderings, still belongs to the one who created it. Look at your nights of tears. They are not useless. They are a language your soul uses to speak to Allah, even if your tongue remains silent. Each tear that flows is proof that your heart has not stopped searching. Even when you thought you had given up, your heart continued to knock gently at the door. Look at your days of emptiness. This feeling of uselessness you carry. It's no accident. It's not a curse. It's a sign that your soul refuses to be satisfied with the illusions of this world. It craves something else. It craves His presence. And if you reflect carefully, you will see that this emptiness is actually a protection. Imagine if you had found your perfect happiness in this world without ever feeling that lack. You would have clung to it forever. You would have believed you could live without Him. But Allah loves you too much to let you believe that lie. So sometimes He places deep dissatisfaction within you so that you seek true happiness elsewhere. Not in what shines on the outside, but in the one who illuminates the inside. That's why the return of the heart doesn't come in moments of glory, but in moments of brokenness. Because when everything is broken, you have nothing left to hold on to, except Him. And that's when you discover a truth many ignore. Being broken isn't the end. It's often the beginning of a comeback, the beginning of a transformation, the beginning of a life no longer based on the strength of your own hands, but on the mercy of Allah. So the next time you feel this emptiness, this weight, this loneliness, don't see it as a sign that you are lost. See it as a sign that you are called. May Allah prepare you. May He want your heart to finally find what it has been searching for so long. For the moment when you think you are most alone is often the moment when Allah is drawing closer to you most intensely. But to see this, you must be willing to stop, to listen, to feel. You must dare to open that heart that you have closed for too long. And perhaps deep down, if you listen carefully, you will already feel that new beat, that discreet return, that sign that your heart is returning right here, right now. Do you think it's a coincidence? These tears that flow when no one sees them? Do you think it's just a passing emotion? Like a wave that surprised you? Number. These tears are not an accident. They are a sign. They are an answer. They are a key that your heart received at the precise moment it needed it. Do you think it was you who chose to open this book one evening, for no apparent reason? Do you think it was your sudden desire that pushed you to reach out, to turn these pages that you had left closed for months? Number. It was Allah who placed this impulse in your heart, because He knew you were ready, because He knew that your soul was crying out for something that you yourself could no longer name. Do you think it was you who decided, one morning, to raise your hands and say a prayer you hadn't said in a long time? Do you think it's a coincidence that your forehead returned to the ground even though you swore to yourself you would never do so again? Number. None of this is a coincidence. It's an orchestration, a divine staging precisely planned, because your heart doesn't return by accident. It returns because Allah has decided it for you, and you feel it. You feel that it's not you. You feel that something greater than yourself is working through you. Why do you think tears always come when you least expect them? Why do you think the thought of returning often arises when you are most broken, most empty, most lost? Because Allah chooses the time. Because He chooses the place. Because He chooses the way. Do you really think you control this return? Look at your life carefully. How many times have you said, "I will change," and you didn't? How many times have you sworn, "I will pray," and you didn't? How many times have you promised, "I will stop straying," and you fell back? But one day, without warning, you acted. You prayed. You cried. You opened your heart. Not because you were stronger that day. Not because you had more willpower, but because Allah had written that on that day, your heart would return. So stop believing that you alone are the master of this path. Stop believing that it is your own merit that brings you back. Number. It is His mercy. It is His choice. It's His love for you. Do you think you are not worthy? Do you think your sins are too heavy? Do you think your past condemns you? Number. If you were truly condemned, He wouldn't have placed in your heart this desire to return. If you were rejected, He wouldn't have given you these tears. If you were forgotten, you wouldn't hear these words at this precise moment. Understand this. The reminder you feel, this inner shock you experience, is proof that you still matter. It is Allah who says to you, "I have not abandoned you. I have been waiting for you, and your time has come." So why do you still doubt? Why do you think you won't make it? Why do you believe your return must be perfect, without error, without fall? Number. The return is not a straight line. Returning is about hesitant steps, falling and getting back up. But every step, every tear, every gesture is a victory. Because it wasn't you who created them. It was He who inspired them. Do you think you're watching this video by chance? Do you think you stumbled upon it while mindlessly scrolling? Number. It's no coincidence that your ears are hearing these words now. It's an answer. It's a sign. It's Allah telling you, "I am bringing your heart back, and nothing and no one can stop it." So stop. Stop minimizing what you're feeling. Stop believing it's just a passing moment. It's much bigger than that. It's your heart returning. And it's Allah who has decided it. Hearts
are like oceans, deep, mysterious, unfathomable, sometimes stirred by inner storms, sometimes covered in a silence so heavy it frightens. There are days when your heart resembles a raging sea, when every wave of thought crashes against your mind, leaving you no rest. And there are days when your heart becomes calm water, but water so stagnant, so motionless, that you no longer find any life in it. But remember, even the most lost wave always finds its way back to shore. Even the vastest ocean retains an invisible direction within it. And so does your heart. It has never ceased to belong to the one who shaped it. Even when you filled it with distractions, even when you let it break in choices that took you away, even when you thought it had dried up, died out, or been destroyed, your heart is like a living sea. It always remembers its way back. Because he who created it inscribed the truth within it. No heart can survive without his presence. Look at a wave. It is born in the middle of the ocean. It travels. It sometimes strays. It seems lost in the immensity. But no matter what happens, it always moves towards a shore. It is not aware of it, but its trajectory inevitably brings it back. Your heart is that wave. It has been launched into this world. It has weathered storms. It has known abysses. It has sometimes crashed against rocks. But it has never stopped moving towards Allah. Do you think it has drifted away? Do you think it has broken to the point of no return? Number. Look at the sea. Even when one wave breaks, another takes its place. And the movement never stops. Your heart does too. Even broken, even exhausted, it continues its movement. It continues its quest. Because Allah created it to seek Him, to desire Him, to find Him again. And when everything collapses around you, when your plans crumble, when your bearings disappear, when your strength abandons you, listen carefully. Listen to what remains. A beat, a rhythm, a small voice saying, "Come back." You were not created to be lost in the depths. You were created to find the shore. That shore is Allah. It is His closeness. It is His light that awaits your heart, even after the darkest nights. There's something extraordinary about the sea. The rougher it is on the surface, the calmer it is below. And your heart is the same. Even when everything seems chaotic above, deep within you lies an untouched depth. A part that has never ceased to recognize Allah. A part that, despite your mistakes, despite your escapes, despite your falls, remains pure, turned towards Him. Do you want proof? Here it is. You are listening to these words. If your heart had truly been dead, you wouldn't have felt this thrill. You wouldn't have felt this pang inside, this strange recognition, this discreet whisper that tells you, this is me. This is my state. It is from my heart that it speaks. It is proof that your inner ocean has not dried up. It is proof that your waves are still beating. It is proof that your return has already begun. And if you look closely, you will see that this return is not a struggle against the nature of your heart. It is a return to its deepest nature. Because your heart, in truth, was never created to be permanently attached to this world. It was created to beat to the rhythm of the divine presence. So when you feel this restlessness, do not fear it. When you feel this emptiness, do not reject it. These are signs. They are waves calling you, attracting you, bringing you back toward Allah, toward your shore. And that shore, it is not far away. It has never been far away. It has always been there, invisible, patient,
unchanging. It was simply waiting for you to look up and realize all your waves lead to Him. So listen carefully. Stop scrolling. Stop telling yourself you'll see it later. Stop believing it's just another video. Number. What you're hearing right now is an answer. It's a divine appointment. And you know it deep down. Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think these words reached you by chance amidst millions of other pieces of content? Number. There is no such thing as chance. Not when it comes to the heart. It was Allah who wanted you to be here, now, at this precise moment. Look carefully at your life. You've been through things no one truly knows. You've borne pain in silence. You've smiled while your soul bled. And yet, you're still standing. Why? Because every trial, every fracture, every breakdown has led you here, to this moment, to this word. And this word isn't mine. It's for you. It's proof, a key, a sign that your heart is coming back. You feel it, don't you? That little inner tremor, that thrill you can't explain. It's Him. It's your heart. It's reacting. It recognizes what's true. It recognizes what's right for it. Stop doubting. Stop saying, maybe later, maybe when I'm ready, maybe when my life is more stable. Number. If Allah placed you here, it's because the time is now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. Do you think you're not good enough? Do you think your faults have taken you too far away? Do you think your past is preventing you from returning? Number. If you were truly rejected, you wouldn't be here hearing this. If you were truly lost, Allah wouldn't have placed this reminder in your path. It is precisely because He wants you to return that He chose this moment. Understand what this means. The fact that you feel something when you hear these words is proof that you are not forgotten, that you have never been abandoned. Even in your worst moments, even when you thought He had turned His back on you, He was preparing for your return. And now, you are facing a reality you can no longer ignore. Your heart is returning, you feel it, you know it, and you cannot pretend you didn't hear it. So I tell you clearly, this is your moment. This is your sign. This is your reminder. Allah chose this moment because now is when you need Him most. Not when you were euphoric, not when you were surrounded, but now, when you feel like you're on the edge of nothingness. Because it's when your world is crumbling that you finally understand that there is only one thing standing, Him. And perhaps this sentence will be the only one you'll remember from all this. Your return is not an option. It's divinely written. You can't stop it. You can't push it away. Your heart already belongs to Allah. And today, He is taking it back. So I ask you again, do you still believe this is a coincidence? Do you still believe what you're experiencing is an accident? Number. It's proof. A key. A sign. And if your heart beats faster right now, if you feel this strange warmth, this emotion you can't explain, know that it's not emotion. It's an encounter. Your heart is encountering its truth. And Allah says to you, it's now. If these words resonated with you, it's no coincidence. Perhaps this is the sign you've been looking for. Proof that your return has already begun. So don't let that flame die. Come closer, walk in that direction. Take that step you've been putting off for too long. And above all, share this reminder. Because perhaps someone, somewhere, was waiting for this very message to wake them up.